Hello there! It's time to make another project for the Bernat Forum. And what we're doing this time is the Carolinian shawl. Isn't it gorgeous? And we are using Bernat Mosaic yarn. Mine is the color Spectrum, which is blue and aqua and dark blue and green, teal, pretty colors. Anyway, I have done the first part, which increases over and over again on this edge until you have 18 stitches. And this edge here stays straight from beginning to end, and the other gets bigger and bigger. So now I have 18 stitches, ending with the wrong side row. So I finished the wrong side, so now I'm on the right side. Proceed as follows. So when you start this row, you should have the crooked side on the right and the straight side on the left. So now we're at the section that says proceed as follows. First row, right side, knit 17. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Light sure is bright. Maybe it'll be better over here. Nope, still bright. Craziness. So I got 5 stitches done. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then it says turn. Leave remaining stitches unworked. Well, there's only one stitch. So you turn to the other side. Leave that one stitch over there on the right needle now. Second row, knit. So make sure you put your yarn back. Don't leave it forward like this or you'll have an increase. Make sure the yarn is back and just knit across these other stitches. Don't knit the stitch that was undone. You leave that one over there. Just pass that one by and you knit all the way across here. Because I'm doing row 2 here. Knit. I don't have to count this part, I'm just knitting. And you'll notice that the pattern says second and alternate rows knit. So that means every other row we're just going to be knitting. Now you might notice with this Bernat Mosaic yarn that the yarn starts to twist on itself a little bit. So what I do is I pull the yarn like this to make it straight, and then I set that aside over there, and I work with the parts that I straightened out. And eventually you can you'll hold the ball of yarn in your hand and you'll let the project dangle with your other hand, and it'll unscrew some of those tight twists. The reason that the yarn does that, the reason why it twists on itself like this, is because this is a single ply, a single spun yarn. And that's just the nature of that yarn. You'll see that happen with several different single ply yarns that you buy. That's just the way it is. So that was row 2. Now we're ready for row 3. Row 3 says knit 16. Then leave the remaining stitches unworked. So once again, you're on the have the crooked side on the right. We're going to knit 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then you turn, and you leave the remaining stitches unworked. Then row 4 will be knit, just like row 2 was. Don't forget that row. You always have to knit every other row. So we're just going to knit across here. Okay. Now, we're back with the crooked side on the right, aren't we? That's good. Now we're on row 5. Row 5, it says increase 1 stitch in the first stitch. And the abbreviations for this pattern say that when you do an increase, you increase 1 stitch by knitting into the front and the back of each of the next stitch. So we're going to knit in the front and the back of this stitch. Knit in the front, flip around to the back, knit in the back. There, that was an increase. Now we knit to the end of the row. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You know, I'm not singing anybody else's song. I'm just making this up as I go. I'm just la 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 la. All right. So no copyright laws are being prohibited, or whatever you call it. They're not being invaded. I'm making this up. I'm just humming. That's what I do. I'm a hummer. Ah, la la la, da 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 da. Because I'm a musician. Okay, these are all knit across here. So that was row 5. Now we're ready for row 6 when we get to the end of this. And row 6 is just knit. So that's easy, isn't it? So we're going to turn it around again. And we're just going to knit. Here's row 6. La, 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 la. Just knitting. So that was row 6, almost done. We're getting there. I like this Bernat Mosaic yarn. It's kind of rustic. That's what they say. Kind of rustic. Has that naturalistic view. Pretty. Okay, so that was row 6. Now, repeat the last 6 rows until there are 61 stitches, ending with the 6th row. So what we're going to be doing is we're doing those stitches over and over, those rows over and over again. The only increase is going to be in row 5. All the rest of these are just straight knitting and turning. So it's going to take a long time to get to 61 stitches. What we have right now is, let's see here, after row 6 we have 2, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. So we only increased by 1. So we're going to have to repeat those 6 rows until there are 61 stitches. And we have 19 right now, I think. Let's double check that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16. Yeah, 19 stitches. So we increased by 1. So gosh, I don't even have a calculator over here. Let's see if we can figure this out. We'll put our brains to work here. Okay, we need to get up to 61 stitches. And right now we're at 19 stitches. So what is 61 minus 19? That is 42, I think. Yeah, 42. So we need to do 42 times those 6 rows. So I have a feeling that we're going to be all the way out to here, maybe. I don't know. That looks like more than 62 stitches. It might be to here or something. We'll have to see. Anyway, we'll just keep doing what they said to do and not worry about where we're getting to. We're just going to do what it says. So we're going to repeat those 6 rows until we have 61 stitches. So it's going to take a long time. But we can do it. We're not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. I made that up too, okay? Alright, so now I'm ready for row 1 again. So you just keep working row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 until you have 61 stitches. So you don't even have to count your stitches. You just keep going, and then every once in a while count and see how many you have. And make sure you get up to 61 stitches. So that's it. See y'all later. Bye.